Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a cut. Um, First of all, what you use is this, it's called wax. I'm going to take my spatula, this one, and then I'm gonna grab just some of it. You don't need much for this, like this only. And then I'm gonna heat it up in my hand like this. Be careful you don't do this too much, because then it can be too soft and sticky on your hand, and you don't want that. And what I'm gonna do is just roll it out like this, and then I'm gonna make the cut here. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put this on my hand like this, in my little sausage shape. And when I am satisfied with the place that I want my cut, I start shaping it down into my hand so it becomes regular to the skin. And for that I use a bit of this called cleansing cream. It makes it soft so I can actually work with it, so it doesn't stick anymore to my finger, but only to my hand underneath. So you can see here it actually gets very easy to start working with it and shaping up my scar. And what I really want here is for this shape not to be too bumpy, because then it will look really fake, and we don't want that. So I guess that we are here. In the end, I just really want just a slight thing here just to cut into. So I'm pretty done. Like this. I'm quite satisfied with my shape now. I think it goes nicely and neatly into my hand, like this. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to use some transparent powder just to take away the shine of it. Just do like this on top of it. So, and what this does, it kind of makes it disappear so that you won't see the shine. Now it's only a lump. And when I start using some other effects on it, it will be gone. And now I'm going to go back to my spatula again. I'm going to make the cut now. First I just dip it in some of the cleansing cream so it won't stick too much. And then I'm just gonna make the cut here. So you don't want to do it all in once, because then it will look just a bit too fake. You really want to work in these areas like this, so you will get like this. So now I have a cut inside like this. It can look way more open. I'm not quite satisfied with how open it looks. So I'm just gonna open it up just a bit more, just to make it look really scary. To make it look like it's been a really hard cut that I've had. And I'm gonna, in the end here, I really like to use my spatula just to go down these edges of my hand. where the wax and the hand it meets, because that tend to just really get the wax floating out. Because then you almost can't see the end of the wax, like this. So now you almost can't see the wax, you almost can't see that it has an end to it. Maybe there's just a bit more here. As you can see, like this, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with this shape. So now it's also cleansing again because I've used more cream. So what I'm gonna do is just tip on some of this powder, like this. I have a big brush here, which I'm also just dipping in some of the transparent, just to take it on here, like this. So now it's not glistening anymore at all. It looks so like this. And at this stage you can start seeing where is my mistakes, my lumps, and I can actually see some lumps right there at this edge. I could go in and do a bit more with the spatula, even here, just to get these tiny little lumps away, but else you can see now that it's actually looking like that it's a part of my skin. And then I'm starting to build up the color on it. First of all, I'm using oil-based paint. I'm starting with some black here. Just get a tiny bit on it. And then I'm gonna color in my wound. Just here in the button, just to make it look really deep. Here, as you can see, like this. It's only inside the wound, not outside. But for the outside, I really like to make it looking a bit sore. And I'm using some different colors always. Today I'm gonna go with, this is my palette. Today I'm gonna go with this light color. I'm just grabbing some in my hand, and then I'm just like going around like this, just to make the area look sore, because it has just been cut into. So I'm just gonna do that. Here, as you can see, I'm just really like, when I do like this stamping, it makes it looks pretty random, and that's the kind of texture I want to go with. So it is like, now there is a bit sore area around. I'm just gonna top it with a bit of blue, just a tiny bit, just to make it look big bruised as well. Only a tiny bit, getting a tiny bit in there, not much, because that will make it look awful. I'm also gonna go with just a tiny bit of yellow, like this. Not much, but only just to, because the red it can be, this red it can be really violent. And when I'm topping it with this, it just takes down the steam of it, so it looks more under the skin. And that also helps me making the wax look a little more like it's my hand. So now I'm satisfied with my soreness around the hand, like this. What I have now is something amazing called Fresh Scratch. It's made from, you can get this from Kryolain. And it has this really heavy texture. I can show you, I can just do like this. You can see it's really thick. And what I'm going to do with this is just that I'm going to take this pointy end of my spatula, just grab a tiny bit of it, like this, and I'm going to fill out my wound now. So I'm just going here, just down the wound like it, actually cutting myself, kinda. Here, with this spatula, like this. This makes the wound look even deeper. So you can see actually now we're just getting some really nice effect here. If you're gonna do this on many scars you're gonna manage, you could have this in a tube and just push it out. So now it looks like this. It really looks deep and it hurts. And as you can see, I dropped some, just a bit around the edges like this. I dropped it. It's some of those random things that you're gonna learn to love, because you really like these. This is just a random drop here, random drop there, and that's what makes it all looks like it's real. So this is what I have right now. And then I'm gonna just put this aside like this. So now I'm gonna use my really dark red and then just top it all a bit more. What it does, I'm building like these layers in the paint. That's what I think makes the best effect when you're starting building like your own layers. And you also get more chance to even scratch out the wax just a bit more. And the blue that I put in there, it makes it look a bit more purple. Now I have some of this fresh scratch effect on my finger. I'm just gonna tap it in here as well, just to make some random drops like this. Here you can see it's just getting around somewhere. I'm just randomly adding those drops. So like this looks nice. I think it's nice. I'm pretty satisfied. And at the end I have this called movie blood. You can mix this up yourself, but sometimes it's just easier just to buy a tube. You can get this in 2 different colors. I'm using the dark one right now, because the dark ones tend to be more see-through, more transparent, and I like to have some transparency since I've done all this effort in making the effect. So now I'm just gonna pour it in there like this. So now there's a lot of blood down here. You can see it starts running itself like this. And it's pretty much done. You can see it starts running itself, and this really dark bottle, this dark blood, it's transparent, so underneath I still get my effects, still get my sore skin, and the blood scratch underneath make it look like it's really deep. And as you can see, the wax, I've now been blending it totally out in my hand. So this one looks pretty scary. Okay, thank you. That was all for me. Stay tuned. I will give you more tutorials. Goodbye.